Devin Park has witnessed countless legends and champions. Now for the second straight week, Big Ten softball takes over Oklahoma City. We start our doubleheader with Wisconsin versus Purdue. Welcome you inside Devin Park. Sloan Martin, Jenny Ritter along with you. Jenny, you played at 2 Women's College World Series, won a national championship here in...
How Banks chose to stay back on it.
Salo has trouble picking it up, and Banks is going to reach base one way or another.
That's a take a deep breath if you're Purdue. You can almost say, okay, we're where we need to be. Pollar's up, now we're gonna make something happen.
Throw down to second, and she is safe. Emmy Wells is going to be challenged today as the
ceiling on the base path, get runners in scoring position.
Polar watches that one go by, and Salo strikes back, sending down someone who's 8th in the...
Great job by Salo. Sometimes it's in the circle about not having fear.
But then she comes back, immediately hits Kendall Bailey. So 2 runners on for Purdue, this small ball-oriented team. Reef leading the team with 10 doubles this season, has a runner in scoring position. This one softly tapped up the middle. Now 2 runners in scoring position, 2 away. Hard hit up the middle and a base hit. 1 comes around to score, 2. And it is a 2-0 lead. Julia Gossett delivering a...
Well, Julia Gossett, the Boilermakers, the hardest hitter on this team, can put the ball in play, and you see that frozen rope right back up the middle. And you can see as soon as that ball's
happened, a little bit of a premonition as we talked to her earlier this week. Here, hit out to left field, and that is out number 3. Couple 2-out runs come across. Wisconsin picks up the bat when we come back here in Oklahoma City.
Sure, absolutely. You've got to be connected to it, but you also, again, to your point of confidence, like, you know when it's going to work, when it's not.
Hit high in the air in the infield, and Sage Scarmardo gets under it, 1 away.
Night and day different. It's beautiful. It's perfect, actually.
Right into the glove of Julia Gossett, and now 2 away.
Way that you can deliver, different pitchers that can do their job.
This one gets out into the outfield and quickly tracked down by Banks. And that will end the inning. Klochak retires the side.
That's going to keep these bats from really digging into a pitch, driving the pitch.
Ramos that time bounced up the middle, and it is out number 1. Another soft ground ball. Throw over to first from Hillary Blomberg in time. A lot more to process and handle in terms of that load. This one goes to the shortstop. And Hubbard makes a throw over to first, a 1-2-3 inning.
They bring in the determination. They're in every game. They never think they're out of a game. And that's one of my favorite things about the Badgers.
Popped up, shallow outfield, and the catch is made by Meeks.
It's kind of the thing. You can hit, you find ways in games.
Hard hit ball through the infield, and the first base hit of this game from none other than Kendra Lewis, who is
and gets herself on first base. That's all it takes.
Popped up and then tracked down by Ashlyn Campbell. Scooting back is Lewis, out number 2. Another softly tapped ground ball, and that will do it. For the bottom of the 2nd inning, they get their first base.
Balls. They have not identified the changeup.
Banks putting the bunt down, and she's going to beat it out. elite speed at the top of the order for Purdue.
It was close to the zone, but a little bit high. Took 1 second look at it and chose not to swing. Smart decision there. Full count here.
And she works a walk, 2 on base for the speedy Purdue Boilermakers. Already least
for one, you have the ability to do that, but
Bailey puts the bunt down, moves the runners, and now 2 in scoring position.
You have to.
Very intricate defense against this situation for Purdue, and Wells pumping up her pitcher after that strikeout.
2-out rally there as well. She's in the same situation here.
Weak contact again. Banks will come across, but the throw is made over to first, and the inning is over after that ground out. A strong start.
And the pitchers have been a little bit more successful just mixing their speeds up and mixing their pitches up to keep batters off time.
In there, 4 strike 3, Klochak fired up at the
spot.
Hit in the air to right center field, and it's off the glove of Banks. The pinch hitter comes up clutch for the Badgers at the bottom of the order. 2 hits over 3 games in that series against Illinois, so she is feeling good right now, but responds with a line out, and then the tag is made. The inning is over. The Badgers finally showing some life offensively, but quickly doused by Purdue.
Pitch, step in there, find any way to get on base. It's the kind of hitter I want up to the plate.
This time she gets a good piece of it into left field, but underneath it is Molly Schlosser, 1 down.
Bit more indicative of maybe some long balls, maybe finding a way to manufacture a little bit differently.
Hard hit line drive, and that goes all the way to the warning track, and you see the wheels of Ramos. She's going for 3 and gets in there in time to fire up this offense.
And you know that speed is the name of the game for Purdue. If you have speed, they're going to use it. They're going to be aggressive. And Ramos, as soon as she saw that ball get all the way to the wall, she had her eye.
Grounded out over to the third. That's through the infield as well, an RBI single. And we are seeing the small ball prowess of Purdue on display.
Well, and a great job by Meeks. Meeks typically has a higher strikeout rate, and for her ability to just put the ball in play, that's the key. But for a big hit to come through, this really looked a little bit like a hit and run. You saw that.
Bottom of the order looking to do some damage. That is tuned down and scampering back to first go.
In the count, this is your 3rd time through the lineup. Chloe Banks really trying to time something a little bit different.
This time she puts a bunt down, runs to first, and everybody will be safe. 2 runners on with 2 outs.
Blomberg can't make the throw. Safe at first with Polar, their biggest hitter up.
Hitting over 500 this season. And gonna ground out there to end the inning, but another run comes across in year 2. Hit in the air to right field. And getting underneath it is Meeks. 1 pitch and 1 out. All ready for Klochak.
What she's doing is dominating in a lot of ways, but it's 1 pitch dominance.
Driven deep to center field and out of the park. Hillary Blomberg changing this game with 1 swing. Our first home run today in Oklahoma City.
And if one hitter, the one hitter that you would expect to make this happen is somebody who is so strong with that long ball. This is a team that has been getting underneath the lineup, so you have to assume that Wisconsin's going to make their adjustments.
Ground ball stopped. Perfect angle and speed by Olivia Meeks to throw that over to first. Blasted into the outfield, but it's going to come a little bit short and tracked down by Jordan Ramos, but a little display of what she's capable of at the plate. And this time, no dispute. She was hit. And now I can officially say she's been hit for the second time today. It's a good piece of this one, driving it deep and out of the park again. A two-run home run for Purdue. Tacks a couple more onto their lead.
And it's always amazing to me when we talk about speed and short game and all these things that when we talk about teams and all of a sudden they come through with the long ball. And here comes Delaney Reef with the power and just lifts this, tags this ball, hits the sweet spot, and drives it over the fence. Great extension, finds.
And how they're able to come up with runs. It's been working for them. Grounded and through the legs, reaching base will be Julia Gossett for the second time today. Mardo drops down a bunt, looking to move that runner over, and both will stay on base. No throw is made. The right-handed center fielder again sends it out deep into right field, and it's over the head of the outfielder. Bases are loaded as Ramos scampers back to first, and Purdue keeping its foot on the gas.
She'd probably be standing on third base again, at least second. But this was in the air long enough and had enough air underneath it. Lewis was just on it enough that the runners had to hold up and tag up, and because of that on their staff, and I think with a team that is strong like this, you have to have somebody that battles. Great pitch right there. And this is why, again, you think maturity, you've got to have somebody that can get
hit hard up the middle. That's going to bring in a run, maybe two. The throw is coming to the plate, not in time. And Purdue adds more, this time with the freshman pinch hitter at the bottom of the order. This inning rolls on.
That she chooses to use in a situation like this to get these outs.
Going over to second is Condon. So now two runners in scoring position here for Purdue. Chopped right back to Felci. She looks over at third, makes the throw to first. And that is out number 2.
And that's a huge out too, right?
Poehler is going to reach base. Now for the second time, bases loaded again.
Emmy Wells even confirming that. Coach Healy there in the dugout saying he's missing too far off.
And O'Bailey with the ground ball. And that will do it. They bat around in that 5th inning, increase their leads. Flared up the middle. And Lucy can't beat it out. It's out number 1. Wells tries to square it up. Doesn't get a good piece of it. And Meeks will make the out.
Sometimes can be an issue.
That bounces away from Chloe Banks. And Ellie Hubbard is going to reach base. And Jenny, I was just going to ask if that can affect the read.
Those are one of those situations to me. Did that get far enough away where you felt like Hubbard could have advanced to second base, and ultimately in this situation, Bojan walks anyway.
Olivia Bark, the leadoff hitter for Wisconsin, sends this one out to right field. Banks barely has to move, and that is the end of
the fence. Doesn't matter as long as it's foul. That's how you get ahead on a batter.
Lined up the middle, a base hit. On the last couple at bats for Delaney Reef. This time
and you saw it kind of tumble low and in to Gossett on that pitch.
Line drive right into the glove of Hubbard. One away.
But sometimes when you take a lot of hacks, a lot of swings, a typical batting glove you'll break too many holes in them.
Reef will scurry over to second. That ball. Ross will chop this one. That bounces off the shortstop. And she's going to land at first. Runners at the corners. 1 out against the freshman pitcher. And for another inning.
Reef, honest, there at third base.
Chopped up to short again and bounces off of Hubbard. A run comes across, it gets into the outfield. Now a runner on third. But another one comes across for Purdue. When you hit the ball in play, you never know what can happen. That's the mindset of the Boilermakers as they take a 7-run lead.
Well, and you have to hit it hard, and this one just took kind of an unfortunate last hop there right into Hubbard and bounces further away. And it does allow Reef to score. I saw a little frustration on Hubbard's face there.
Getting over to second, 2 in scoring position.
That would mean that Purdue could get 3 runs and get out.
Belcher snags that ball, looks over at third, and that is out number 2.
Not expanded the strike zone.
Ashlyn Campbell up the middle. Another run will cross. She's going to sprint over to second and gets there in time. Lets out a smile.
I love that response at second base. A solid hit from Ashlyn Campbell right up the middle. All she wanted to do was put the ball in play. A solid throw home to say in early June and potentially try to win it at UCLA and Oregon. You know, that is their goal in Northwestern, to make it back. And a great strikeout there, and you see the excitement from Bellevue to come out and get that K. Is you are going to be successful. I mean, that is a win as a pitcher.
Tap to second, Meeks can't control it. And the leadoff hitter Schlosser will reach base here in the bottom of the 6th. But the only scoring for the Badgers at the plate right now, a solo shot. She hits this one hard. Meeks again bobbles it, looking for 2. But they will get the lead runner 1 away. Popped up in the infield. And the grab is made by Scarmardo. 2 away. Kendra Lewis, even her limited at-bats, always a threat. Sends it out to center field. The catch is made, and Purdue gets to celebrate its first victory here in Oklahoma City, and they did it in their style. The final 9-1 over Wisconsin.
Well, I think Purdue's offense was just solid. They found a way to make it happen with the short game, with their speed, and with the long ball. And quite honestly, I think they ran into a buzzsaw with Kendall Klochek. She was just phenomenal today. Her pitches were spinning, they were moving, and Wisconsin just could not settle in. An outstanding job from Purdue all the way around.
The final again, 9-1 Purdue over Wisconsin. Still 3 more days to compete here at Devon Park.